Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Kristen Jacoby.
Good morning, everybody. Wow, what a crowd coming out at 7:30 in the morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so excited to kick off our annual campaign, Help Every Voice Be Heard. So if you would, please direct your ears and your eyes to the screens.
It's not that I don't want to work. Right now I'm just in between work, So that's the thing.
During their difficult times, we're just trying to be able to stabilize them, make them feel safe, and then help them with, physical health, mental health, addiction, and any of their educational and financial goals to create lifelong success.
There was no plan B. There was no plan B. Without 211 and without the ability to get into a shelter, be it Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul, or any of the other partners with United Way, there was no other option. We would have died.
How do you choose which voices to pay attention to or which people to help?
Thanks to United Way, you don't have to.
With us, you can help every voice be heard.
Your gift, combined with others, does more than a single gift to an agency or program could ever do on its own.
Imagine the amazing sound of a person who succeeds because of your contribution. Can you hear it?
Wow, we are so excited about all the, oh yes, clap, I love that. I almost want to show it again, but I won't. But you'll see it later at the end of the program. But we are so excited about all the elements that are coming to you this campaign. We literally could not wait to show you. Like, we've been bursting at the seams to share this, just to show you that campaign video and the theming. It's just so absolutely dynamic. So a little bit later in the program, you'll be hearing from our campaign chairs, Dave Rotatori, President and CEO of IonBank, and Pam Rotatori, a local educator, in person later in the program. But what you saw is just the beginning. For the past several months, we, which is really Glenn, has been capturing audio from across our community, people telling their stories. These short 90-second stories are now on our website and easy to share, with much more to come. Individually, each connects you to a powerful testimonial from someone you have been helping through your support. But together, they paint a picture of our community's need, impact, and heroism. I cannot thank Grant Copeland and Joe Gugliotti and our platinum marketing partners, WORX, for enough for providing all of this creative behind our campaign. Truly, Grant, Joe, your entire WORX team, thank you so much for all you do. You do so much for us, for literally everything, whether it's campaign, Women United, Stock the Pantry. You're always there for us. You put words to our voice. You do so much, and I can never, ever thank you enough. I am grateful, and we truly do not take it for granted. So thank you very much. I also want to take a moment to thank all of our corporate sponsors that you saw on the screen earlier this morning. This event is no cost to you, but it's because of the generous support of all of our sponsors. And you know what that means? It means more of every dollar we raise gets invested back in our community, and what's better than that? I also would like to thank our dignitaries that are here with us this morning. Dr. Ruffin, Superintendent of the Waterbury Public Schools, Karen Reddington Hughes, State Representative, District 66. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to welcome our guests from the United Way of Naugatuck Beacon Falls. My friend Lisa Shappy, Executive Director, and several of the board members are here with us this morning. Thank you for being here. I also want to thank Dave and Pam. Thank you for your leadership. You helped us think out of the box this year. Together, Dave and Pam are chairing both, and I said both, United Way of Greater Waterbury and the United Way of Naugatuck Beacon Falls, which they're launching their campaign in a couple of weeks, but they're chairing both of these amazing campaigns. Thank you so much for your leadership. We are so excited to partner. We're partnering on campaign theming, marketing resources, overlapping events, and even today's Day of Caring. Once again, we are so enjoying working together, so welcome and thank you for being here. While we are going to have a lot of fun and excitement this campaign, it is serious work, as are the issues we are addressing. We are addressing those issues in new and innovative ways to help kids address mental health issues, to fill food pantry shelves, help residents keep more of their hard-earned dollars for basic needs, and so much more, which once again you'll be hearing a little bit more in a few minutes. We are holding regular lunch and learns, inviting you to log on for regular live presentations and Q&A on various aspects of our work, which each one is proving to be more popular than the last. Our community impact team has been holding tours focused on homelessness, financial stability, and more. Visiting programs we are investing in, offering you the opportunity to ask questions and hear firsthand how our United Way partnerships work and create the change you want to see. So please watch for those opportunities and please, please, please join us to learn more. And while we have a lot to brag about when it comes to what we call collective impact, the council volunteers who spend countless hours evaluating programs, our dedicated board who guides our mission, we never lose sight that at the heart of our work is the individual or the family with a voice that we all must hear, because that is what matters. Individuals like Chris, you very well may have passed him on the street or driven by the wooden area where he was living after his life took a turn. He is just one of the people we met during one of our recent tours. We have a short video. Take a look.
My name is Chris. People don't realize it, but anybody could be one paycheck away from being in this situation I'm in. And you could have everything going great for you one day, and the next day you lose your job. Things may not work out with your job, and next thing you know, you're probably behind on your rent, and here you are. It's outdoors. I really do thank God for United Way and all the other services out there.
Thank you to Chris for the courage to share his story, and to IonBank Rob Caprilozzi, who met Chris on the tour and offered to help bring his voice from the silence of the woods to over 350 people, you, this morning in that video. That's the power of this campaign. That is what we mean by help every voice be heard. I want to hear you say it. Repeat after me. Help. Every voice be heard. Again, help. Every voice be heard. Good job. This is what we're going to do. Now it is my true pleasure to introduce United Way Board Chair Mark Casey of Drew Marine and Community Impact Chair Jadixa Lopez of Waterbury Hospital to share some of their insights. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Thanks, Chris. Those are very powerful videos. And let's continue going on with those because the impact is unbelievable. This is an exciting time as we kick off the annual campaign. United Way invests in over 50 programs and initiatives in our 3 impact areas. And it's not just dollars, but it's human capital. Many of you here serve on the boards, committees, and lend your experience to various efforts. The impact is immense. I want to thank UREXA and all of those who serve on the Community Impact Cabinet and the Council of Volunteers. I served on that board for 10 years. It's a lot of work, and they do a great job. As a board member, we rely on all the work that you do behind the scenes of United Way and the staff of the United Way to vet our investments and evaluate outcomes. Together, we ensure that every dollar invested is returned more than the dollar in impact. Let me repeat that because it's important. Every dollar invested is returning more than the dollar in impact.
Thank you, Mark, and all of you who support the annual campaign. As council volunteers, we see the need. And every time we're able to say yes, it is your dollars that make it possible. Each of our nonprofit partners play a critical strategic role in addressing the needs facing local families. I know several of those partners are here with us this morning, and on behalf of all of us, thank you for every success story you create. Kristen talked about the Help Every Voice Be Heard audio series. Please make sure you really listen to them. Our partners are more than just a name in a program. No single agency, program, or donor can address the needs of our community alone. But together, we all can.
It's only been a few months since we last got together at our April Awards dinner. But even so, we have a lot going on, and we'd like to share some updates with you. Our financial stability helped to provide a hand up, not a handout, but a hand up for the people struggling. Now that tax season is behind us, we can share how the community benefit from the support of the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, VITA, very critical program that prepares tax returns at no cost for families generally earning less than $60,000 a year. This program provides several benefits by helping workers feel confident that their returns are filed accurately, provide fees and returning dollars that can be used for their basic needs. This year, we had 28 volunteers invest their free time in training sessions to obtain the certifications needed to accurately prepare 885 returns. The average refund was $1,428 and saved each household an estimated $250 in tax preparation fees. Our volunteers prepared returns at 11 sites throughout Greater Waterbury and obtained $1,264,206 in refunds and federal earned tax credits. Think about that for a moment. The average refund, over $1,400. That can be used for food, clothing, rent, utilities, and over $1.2 million returned to low-income residents back in the community. Thank you, VITA, and all the United Way volunteers for this great outcome.
To empower residents who want to improve their financial situation, United Way has been offering free virtual online financial coaching through Alice Saves and Trust Plus. Trust Plus offers financial counseling online or by phone and can help with challenges such as navigation of the inflation, as we all can feel it, dealing with creditors, finding a way to save, and more. Participants connect to a financial counselor via smartphone or computer, and in 30-minute sessions create a financial action plan that provides practical steps to achieve financial goals. Counselors, all of whom are bilingual and available during extended hours, provide ongoing guidance and support as clients implement their plans. Trust Plus is a free lifetime service provided in partnership with United Way. So let me say that again, it's free for a lifetime, all right? Signing up is easy, get your pens out, all right? You can visit ctalicesaves.org. You need me to say it again? Got it? All right. When a family is financially stable, they can stop stressing and focus and look forward on a brighter future.
It's not just campaign season, but it's also back to school time. It is no secret that the youth in our area have been struggling. And while we continue to support the youth throughout the school programs, early childhood interventions and more, we are also learning into ways to improve their mental health. A proven way to address this is through the mindfulness program. Through a grant from the Department of Education, so far we have provided mindfulness sessions for 267 youth and 95 staff at 10 schools and organizations in Greater Waterbury. After surveying kids in the program, the results show we are on the right path. 85% say practicing mindfulness has helped them learn new ways to deal with problems and for problem solving. 83% say practicing mindfulness has taught them new ways to help themselves when facing challenging situations. 83% practicing mindfulness will help them be more understanding and kind. 75% have used mindfulness to work through strong feelings and emotions. This promise to reduce conflict, increase academic success, and produce confident young adults. This year, we are adding mindfulness sessions to youth and staff at Holy Cross High School, Region 15 in Middlebury and Southbury, and the Waterbury Public Schools. Providing a social and emotional toolkit for kids helps navigate the world today.
I actually got to watch some of that, and those kids were having a blast learning all of the mindfulness. And this summer, we also held our 18th United Way Day of Action to stock the pantry. For almost 2 decades, the longest day of the year has been a way to raise awareness and make a difference for one of the most impactful of all basic needs, hunger. Our soup kitchens and food pantries have seen a staggering increase in demand, just as inflation cuts into their available resources. But you answered the call and filled the empty shelves with food items and helped kids from experiencing hunger this summer. This is especially true for students from lower income households who depend on school lunch programs to stave off the lack of access to enough affordable, nutritious food. Thank you to McDermott for once again hosting the location for this year's Stock the Pantry. Many of you were there to drop off food and to volunteer. So this year, as we help every voice be heard, we'd like to show you where some of those donations ended up and let you hear firsthand from a few of our Food Resource Committee partners on the difference it made.
Hello, I'm Pastor Maynard Tyson. I'm the moderator for the Food Resource Committee, made up of about a dozen food pantry here in the Greater Waterbury area. United Way brings us together so that we can communicate and help feed the people here in the Greater Waterbury community. I'm also the pastor and director here at Waterbury Baptist Ministry. We have a food pantry that feeds about 200 families every week. We want to say thank you for the food that you provided this past summer to the Stock the Pantry. It is such a boost to us during the summertime, especially when food shortage can be lower, and like I said, it gives us a chance to give our people food that they may not normally get. And thank you for empowering us to help meet the needs in the Greater Waterbury community.
Hello everyone. My name is Jenny from ECC Food Pantry located in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm the director here, and we just wanted to say thank you for all of your donations this year for Stock the Pantry. We especially got a lot of feminine products and baby products, which really helped with that population. I have one specific lady that comes in every single week and asks me for feminine products, and I've never been able to give her some until this summer, and she cried when I gave it to her. So I just want to say thank you because all of your stuff does help. Monthly, we see on average, we've grown from, I would say 200 unduplicated to now around 600 to 700 unduplicated per month. So we've definitely grown in clients, and all of your donations has extremely helped us for the summer. We've gotten things that we usually don't get, and I know definitely the kids, especially the snacks you guys donated, really helped. So thank you and keep on giving.
My name is Barbara Ann Dublin. I'm the Executive Director of Greater Waterbury Interfaith Ministries. We're a soup kitchen, food pantry, and resource center. We are experiencing large number of wonderful people that are in need. They are coming to us for a hearty gourmet lunch every day, Monday through Friday. They're also coming to us twice a month for our food pantry. We want to say thank you to United Way Stock the Pantry. Without United Way Stock the Pantry, I don't know what we would do. We're so grateful because that's what gets us through the hard times and with everything so expensive.
My name's Tavis Tyndall. I'm the president of GWIM. I just want to thank United Way for what you've done. You know, the economy over the last 2.5 years has really faltered, and as the economy has faltered, inflation has gone up. We are seeing just record numbers of people who can't afford basic needs. They got to make a decision between paying for electricity, getting food, making sure they do activities with their children, and there's just not enough money to go around. So the United Way Stock the Pantry thing is greatly helpful to these people. They're able to come over here and get the necessary food because every human being, no matter who you are, should be able to have a good meal and have food and nutrition. And we really appreciate all the programs you do, but the United Way Stock the Pantry is very helpful to us. Thanks so much.
Thank you to everyone who participated. As you heard from Jenny from ECC, it's not just food that makes a difference. A big thank you to everyone who brought personal care items today to donate. Volunteers, our volunteers will be sorting and delivering them to our partners just like this.
As you can see, the need is real. Every 2 years, we release an in-depth study called United Way Alice Report. I am pleased to announce this morning the latest report is coming on September 18th. The report will contain the latest research on those who are living above the federal poverty level but below the minimal income to make ends meet in Connecticut. And we just got a sobering preview. The report will show a minimal survival budget for an individual in Connecticut has risen to $38,621. And a family of 4 with 1 infant and 1 toddler needs $128,283. This is without saving for emergency funds, just the basic needs. When prices increase faster than wages and other sources of income, as we have seen in the last 2 years, purchasing power decreases, and households struggle to make ends meet. This is especially challenging for the Alice population. The Alice Report is on the way. The Alice Report is one way we help every voice be heard. This demographic is far too long has been overlooked. It contains data on each and every town in our service area and what families are facing. The good news about the report like this is that when we know more, we can do more. So watch for the report coming on September 18th.
One of the ways that you can make a difference is by volunteering. We'd like to invite United Way Board Vice Chair Adrian Parkman and Waterbury Arts Magnet School student and summer art upstarter intern with Waterbury Public Schools, Nadina Badgerson.
Good morning, good morning. So thank you. It is definitely a great morning, and I am excited to be here with my friend and our wonderful Waterbury Public Schools student, Nadina, who's at WAMS, and she's just so impressive. And for those of us who are feeling underachieved right now, she wants to be an astrophysicist. And she wants to go to Yale. So all of you out there with connections to Yale, we are going to collectively make that happen for her. So let's all continue to be proud of our Waterbury Public School students who continue to do great things. So we will be here to share more ways to get involved beyond campaign. And those of you here today, those of you here for today's day of campaign know exactly what I'm talking about, the power of volunteering. In short, Day of Caring encourages corporate volunteers to roll up their sleeves to complete projects that our partner agencies need help with. What you will do today will not only feel good and be rewarding, it will help partner agencies save resources that they can use to put back into helping people. But more importantly, it will leave an impact. And that is the most critical thing. You are literally saving agencies thousands of dollars in labor and other costs. Without you, they would either have to neglect these projects or tap into very limited resources. And what does that do? Leave less money to serve the people they're charged to serve. In the words of Marian Wright Edelman, service is the rent we pay for living. And so every hour, every minute that you volunteer is what you are here for. It's the collective impact that we all make when we give a little bit of ourselves to help everyone around us. There are 13 projects at 10 partner agencies today, with 60 volunteers from 11 companies participating, from banks and manufacturers and others who have given their employees the day to make a difference. So let's give them an applause, and thank you to all who are giving of their time today.
United Way has volunteer projects year-round you can participate in, whether distributing food at Thanksgiving, adopting a family to provide toys for the holidays, or reading to students during Read Across America Month. There is something for everyone.
Or, there's more. You can consider joining one of our 3 affinity groups. Our emerging leaders are meeting to plan upcoming activities for the fall and beyond. Young professionals, ages 20 to 40, now all of us that might be 41, you might be a little jealous that you can't participate, but you're encouraged, those that are 20 to 40, we will be looking at your IDs, to come out, volunteer, network, and make a difference. From Camp Fire Yoga, again, I know you're getting excited. Anyone know what fire yoga is? It sounds interesting, though. So that's why it's for the under 40, because the rest of us over 40 have no idea what that is and are actually frightened by the concept of fire yoga, but I'm sure it's relaxing in some kind of way. So they're going to do that. They're going to have food drives, professional enrichment activities, and mentoring. So if you're in this age group, we love to have you join us for these outstanding activities.
And you're never too young to volunteer or to have your voice heard. I had the pleasure of interning with Waterbury Public Schools this summer to help encourage participation in Upstarters. Upstarters is a youth volunteer engagement opportunity that gives youth ages 10 to 17 exposure to the role they can play in addressing community leads. Rather than hoping we learn about volunteerism or philanthropy by the time we are adults, Upstarters provides opportunities through easy-to-follow toolkits to make a difference today. Here are a few highlights. This summer, students at Wilkett Summer Studies decided to hold a food drive in partnership with United Way. They raised over 1,000 items for the Wilkett Food Pantry. They even turned it into a math project, graphing donations in a competition between classrooms. Region 15 Upstarters came out and volunteered at Stock the Pantry. Student Alyssa Friedman launched an Equity and Inclusion Science project, collecting over $700 for science equipment for United Way Partner Children's Community School. Wallace Academic Academy hosted a food drive during their summer showcase, helping to bring awareness the community needs. There are toolkits for starting an Upstarters Club, Party with a Purpose, holding an art show, conducting a winter coat drive, and more, all on the United Way website.
I am particularly proud to serve as chair along with Cheryl Lindstrom of Thomaston Savings Bank. I think, was Cheryl here? Well, we're going to give her a shout out because she does an outstanding job. And our new affinity group, which is Women United. Women have been a driving force behind United Way of Greater Waterbury for decades, leading the work in executive leadership, serving as campaign board and council chairs, championing United Way through professional and personal networks. And with the upcoming women, like of course Nadina here, I don't see any of this stopping soon. Now in our second year, we have volunteered at food drives, had special women's health speakers, and raised funds. And for those of you that participated in July, we took the bold, bold step of launching the Jackie Carroll Fund as part of the United Way's endowment at our summer social, with the goal of raising $50,000 by the 40th anniversary of Jackie's pioneering 1984 United Way campaign. The fund is off to a great start, but we still need your support. As you all know, or maybe you didn't know, Jackie was the first woman to chair a United Way of Greater Waterbury campaign. And with several women chairs who have followed in her footsteps since, including today's Pam Rotatori, we're so excited because we know you're already doing a fabulous job and you're going to just blaze another trail for us. We know there is absolutely no stopping what Jackie Carroll started all those years ago. So let's look back at the Party with a Purpose that we had at our July summer social.
I cannot believe that it has already been a second year of Women United. More than 70,000 women are coming together through local Women United chapters like ours to make a difference in their communities. That's the power of United Way, locally focused, creating a global impact.
In the past 12 months, 1,796 calls came into 211 from individuals looking for help to feed their families. By coming together tonight, we are ensuring that help is there when it's needed. So thank you. There are others before us who have worked to ensure that help is there when it's needed most. And tonight, we have the honor to celebrate one of those people, a true pioneer in our community.
As United Way of Greater Waterbury closes out its 80th year celebration, there was only one name that came to mind, and that is Jackie Carroll. She was truly a trailblazer of women, breaking glass ceilings everywhere, and generously giving of her time to mentor other businesswomen so they could do the same. She may have passed away 5 years ago this month, but her impact is still felt.
My mother was the most unique human being I've ever met on the face of the earth. She cared deeply, she loved deeply, she loved this community deeply, and most of all, she loved the United Way. I know that she's up there right now smiling down, and I guarantee you St. Peter heard that she raised $1 million for the Immaculate. I guarantee you she's on some capital campaign to raise money and renovate the pearly gates. So here's to you, Jackie. I miss you, Mom.
As you can see, there is something for everybody. Now we'd like to welcome Kristen Jacoby back to the stage.
poppy this morning. Thank you, Adrian, and thank you for your leadership on the board and Women's United and all of your support. And Nadine, thank you. Nadine, thank you so much for all you've done this summer in promoting Upstarters. Absolutely incredible. So as you can see, there's so much happening at our United Way. We are an organization like no other, with an opportunity for everyone to make a difference. What I want to do is very much take a moment to really celebrate and acknowledge our United Way staff. There is so much they do behind the scenes that you never really get to see, but out in the community, you definitely see the results. Each of our team members are just extraordinary individuals and people so passionate about our community, constantly giving back and giving of themselves and going way over the top. They just truly care. I can never thank them enough for all they do, and they certainly don't get enough applause publicly for what they do, because it is their work, truly it is their work that makes our organization a success. So I want you to help me celebrate them. Ariana, Alejandro, Glenn, Jared, Karen, Linda, Rebecca, Renee, and Susan. Once again, thank you for your unique role, your expertise. You are incredible. And on behalf of our staff, thanks to all of you. We may be small in numbers, but thanks to the commitment of all of you, we are mighty. When we ask you to serve on a council, you say yes. When we ask you to join the board, you say yes. When we need a dozen volunteers, you are there. And we ask you to give, you come through. And this campaign, we need you to ask other people to join. We need you to ask other people to come forward. Have your voice heard by inviting people to join our campaign. Really, seriously, you can make even much more of a difference. Before I turn it over to our campaign chairs, I do want to recognize it's really important, the people in the room that have stepped up over the years and chaired these campaigns year after year to bring in millions of dollars into our community. Just here with us today, Dr. Lumbee, Joe Gugliotti, Grant Copeland, Mary Cipollone, John Hopkins, Tim Bergstrom, John Zinno, George LaCapra, Peter Jacoby, and our 2024 chair, Dave Ferrara. So anyway, thank you for your constant, continuous commitment to us. But as we said, two people that have already stepped up to the task are our campaign chairs, Dave Rotatori, President and CEO of IonBank, and Pam Rotatori, an EL teacher at Naugatuck Public Schools. Once again, they have agreed to be our campaigns for our United Way Greater Waterbury, but they've also taken on double duty by also chairing United Way at Naugatuck Beacon Falls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you, and come on up to the stage.
Thanks, Kristen. Pam and I really are excited to do this together and to be here with everybody today. I do want to take another second to recognize Joe Gugliotti and Grant Copeland from the WORX team. I first met Grant the first time I became involved with the Greater Waterbury United Way campaign. It was Grant's year, and everybody remembers Ella, his daughter, of course. But what I was impressed with was this theme that they came up with. It was just an amazing thing. And I was like, man, I've never seen anything so connected and real. And the next year, I kind of assumed the next campaign chair would do that. But it was Grant again with the WORX. And they took that level, brought it up to another level. And when I sat down with Grant this year, we were just amazed at the theme that they came up with. So thank you, Grant and Joe and everybody. And the WORX group. So Pam and I may be the chairs, but we're here representing all of you and all the others that have been stepping up to make sure we're as successful as possible. This morning kicks off the campaign, but as I mentioned, we've been planning and preparing this for several months already.
So besides Kristen and her amazing team, we are supported by an outstanding campaign leadership council made up of business leaders from across industries that have been meeting and planning since late spring, making calls, rallying networks, and setting industry-specific campaign goals. The media has been helping get the word out with Tom Shute of WATR interviewing us on air and following that with recordings of several campaign broadcasts. They intend to run these short but powerful messages over 1,000 times throughout the course of the campaign. As many of you know, Tom is retiring at the end of the month, and on behalf of Dave and I and all the campaign chairs he has interviewed over the years, thank you, Tom. And thank you to WATR for continuing the tradition of supporting our community through United Way.
Speaking of media partners, our friends at the Republican American ran a full-page ad in today's paper, which everybody has a copy of, so please check that out. But that's not all. They're also going to continue to run ads with the QR codes that are linking to the audio stories throughout the entire campaign, helping to ensure that every voice has a chance to be heard. So thank you, Mr. Pape, Sue Sprano, the entire team is here, so thank you guys, really appreciate it.
And then there are our corporate sponsors, whose logos you saw on the screens as you arrived. They support events like this that help get the word out and ensure that we keep to our goal of putting money to work in our community. Being here today, you are already part of the United Way. Let's help other people discover the impact we will make.
I first learned about the United Way when I was a senior in high school working at the bank. It took me a while to get it. I never was planning to study astrophysics or anything, Nadina. But after college, I was working for an accounting firm, and then I joined Webster Bank, where I was kind of reconnected to the United Way. It still took me a few years to figure it out, and I kept asking myself, why do all these people and companies donate their dollars and their time and all these resources each year? Why do you guys do it? Why are you here today? As Pam and all three of my daughters will tell you, as a banker and accountant, I love to answer questions with numbers. Mark actually mentioned that every dollar invested is returning more than $1 in impact. And I don't know if everybody heard of new math, the whole new math thing? Nadina could probably teach us the new math. But what I like to call this is United Way math. 85 to 90 cents of every dollar invested by the United Way is directly supporting those in need. But if you just take that small dollar amount and apply it to each hour of volunteer hours that everybody puts in, including many of you here today and later today, that number just starts to increase, and that number jumps to $1.20 or $1.50 for every dollar that you're donating. And then start to multiply that by the number of positive outcomes of the individual people and families that you're now able to help themselves, and in some cases now are starting to help others. There is this exponential difference in our community, and the numbers are just absolutely off the charts.
Okay, he is a numbers guy. I'm just not sure if United Way math is ready for mainstream. I do know, however, that the United Way campaign is our way to ensure that every voice be heard. As an educator, I see and I hear the struggles that our students and their families face. I also see the impact the agencies have with the support of the United Way. In January, I reached out to the United Way to get assistance from my 5th grade student, Gabby, and her family. Her mother, Maria, left an abusive relationship, and after being homeless for a short time, the United Way coordinated several agencies and helped Maria find temporary, then permanent housing. In addition, they helped find beds for her children, some clothes, and food sources. With the support of the United Way, Gabby's voice was heard.
You shouldn't have to choose which voices to respond to and who gets left behind.
You shouldn't have to choose between supporting a food bank or an after-school program.
You shouldn't have to choose between helping a family avoid eviction or supporting a job training program.
We heard a lot of stories this morning, and they are all worthy of our support. One gift to the United Way, combined with others, strategically invested, ensures that every voice is heard. Everyone matters. We all win when a child enters a school ready to learn. A parent can provide for their family. Our neighbors have enough food to eat and a roof over their heads. And when there is access to adequate health care.
But this only works if we hear your voices. Can I do another United Way math example?
Can I stop you?
We're 35 years in. I'm sure you could.
Why start now?
When people understand the impact that they can have, they want to give more. But we do need to inspire people to participate, especially this year. We're really looking to try to increase the participation. We need more workplaces to open their doors and share the opportunity this year. The hardest part of the United Way math, it's not the numbers, because the numbers are relatively easy, not astrophysics easy, but relatively easy. It's the asking part. That's the hardest part, the ask. The example I want to share is at our own bank. As Kristen mentioned, the United Way of Naugatuck and Beacon Falls and Greater Waterbury working together this year, and we're off to a great start. And as pace setters for both United Ways, IonBank, we kicked off our campaign a couple weeks ago, so we can started to generate some interest and see how we're doing. And just like Webster Bank and Thomason Savings and Savings Bank of Danbury, who's here, we've been doing a campaign basically every year from the first time that I worked at the bank back in high school. And we continue to do that, and every year we'd see maybe a 3, 4, 5% increase each year. But this year we said, let's change it up a bit, and so we started with our senior officers of the bank, and we really wanted to have them set the tone. So we directly asked them for 100% participation. We wanted to ask everybody to participate. And then the other ask was we'd ask to give 1% of your salary. Now we give a day off for that 1%, but it's a big commitment to give 1% of your salary away. So after walking them through some of the benefits and the impact, we provided them with the specific time and specific tools to make their pledge. We asked them to do it literally while we were on the Zoom call. And we explained, hey, we're trying to get this out for the officers for next week, and so we really want to get these results in. And those results were just absolutely amazing. So the senior team doubled their giving from just under about 1% of salary to more than 2% of their salary from the senior team at the bank. That's a 100% plus increase, and with the IonBank Foundation match, these 37 individuals will increase the collective donations for the United Ways by more than $100,000. And just when we thought we couldn't do any better, we went out to the officers a week later, all the officers and managers, and just amazing results again. That team increased their donations by about $15,000. That's a 60% increase from last year to this year. And I think it just reminded us that when you actually make the ask, dedicate the time to educate and ask people for the pledge, they will contribute.
So I guess that is pretty good United Way math. You all have friends, networks, and vendors with business connections. Let's all help. Let's spread the word. Share with your LinkedIn networks, share our social media posts, post our new audio stories. Workplaces are so much more than a paycheck these days. Employees love to get involved when their employer gives them the opportunity to give back, just like all of you who are participating in the Day of Caring. Whether you're volunteering, giving, or both, doing good is contagious. Let's all work to get more companies to say yes to volunteering, to say yes to running your workplace campaign.
We'd like to leave you with this charge. Go back to work and start planning your campaign. Set a very specific date. Ask for help. The United Way staff is amazing. They will do all the heavy lifting. Just get them in the room. Rally your team and ask the leaders to use their voices. Set aside some specific, dedicated, uninterrupted time so they can hear firsthand about the United Way and all the impact that it has, and have them make the pledge on the spot.
Share the stories on social media, and then share again. Create your own posts and tag United Way. Share your story and tell others about your experience. Together, we can help every voice be heard. On behalf of Dave and I and all the presenters this morning, thank you for coming and for all you will do in the weeks ahead.
We know the Day of Care and volunteers are excited to get started on all your projects. So with that, we're going to conclude this morning's program. We look forward to working with everybody in the weeks ahead. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll take one more look at the campaign video as you guys leave. Thank you.
It's not that I don't want to work. Right now I'm just in between work, So that's the thing.
During their difficult times, we're just trying to be able to stabilize them, make them feel safe, and then help them with, physical health, mental health, addiction, and any of their educational and financial goals to create lifelong success.
There was no plan B. There was no plan B. Without 211 and without the ability to get into a shelter, be it Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul, or any of the other partners with United Way, there was no other option. We would have died.
How do you choose which voices to pay attention to or which people to help?
Thanks to United Way, you don't have to.
With us, you can help every voice be heard.
Your gift, combined with others, does more than a single gift to an agency or program could ever do on its own.
Imagine the amazing sound of a person who succeeds because of your contribution. Can you hear it?